What if I told you that you could literally fire your boss, toss your alarm clock out the window, and spend your Tuesdays doing whatever the heck you want, all in just 5 years? Yeah, I know. It sounds like one of those scammy late-night infomercials where some dude in a rented Lamborghini promises you millions if you buy his $997 course. But over the next few minutes, you'll get a 5-year blueprint to retire early, which is broken down into 5 big steps. Oh, and each step is like a level in a video game. And when you beat the last boss, you win your freedom. Even if your bank account currently looks like a desert, dry, empty, and occasionally occupied by tumbleweeds. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to make your escape plan. But first off, let's clarify one thing. Retirement isn't just for old dudes playing golf in ugly plaid pants. Retirement simply means you no longer need to trade your time for money. You can work if you want to, but you don't have to. And guess what? You don't need $1 million in your bank account to pull it off. You just need to cover your living expenses with your investments or passive income. Honestly, most people think they'll retire early by cutting out Starbucks and skipping avocado toast. Meanwhile, the real strategy is about multiplying your income, mastering investing, and controlling your spending like a ninja monk in a temple. This might be the most important video you watch all day, so let's jump right into step 1. Step 1. Embrace the escape mindset. Year 1. Most people are stuck because they're playing the wrong game. They're stuck in the 40-year hamster wheel game. You know the one. Wake up, hit snooze 5 times, get stuck in traffic, work for a boss who thinks urgent means my problem is now your problem, then repeat for 40 years. Several of you believe the path to success is paved with endless hard work, promotions, and a retirement party featuring a Costco sheet cake with "good luck" scribbled in neon icing. But here's the truth. Retirement isn't an age. It's a number. Think about it. Why do people aim to retire at 65? Because society told them that's the normal age. Meanwhile, you've got 32-year-olds backpacking across Southeast Asia on passive income and 40-year-olds living on sailboats while everyone else is still trying to pay off that $50,000 Toyota they deserved after that big promotion. Why most people fail? Most people don't fail because they're dumb or lazy. They fail because they have consumer mindsets instead of investor mindsets. Consumer mindset. How can I spend this bonus on something that makes me feel successful right now? Investor mindset. How can I turn this bonus into a mini employee that works for me forever? It's the difference between buying a $900 iPhone you deserve versus investing $900 in an S&P 500 index fund that could grow to $3,000 in a few years and eventually pay you dividends while you sleep. Let me give you an example so you can clearly understand. My friend Jason used to drop $300 a month on fancy smoothies and vitamin shots because he believed they boosted his aura. When I asked if his aura was paying his rent, he just stared at me like I'd asked him to solve quantum physics. The point? You need to prioritize cash flow over clout. Now that your brain is on the right track, let's move to step 2, where we stop playing small and start building unstoppable income streams. Step 2. Build an income machine. Year 2. All right, you've got the mindset locked in tighter than a vault at Fort Knox. Now what? Time to build your income machine. Because let's face it, you can't save your way to freedom on ramen noodle wages. Why more income equals more freedom. Cutting expenses is great, but there's a floor to how much you can save. Meanwhile, there's no ceiling on how much you can earn. If your goal is to retire in 5 years, you need to grow your income like a muscle. Flex it until it's so strong it can deadlift your entire life expenses. There are 3 types of income you need to know. Active income, your main job or side hustles, money you trade your time for. Semi-passive income, businesses you set up that might need some maintenance, online stores, YouTube channels, service-based side gigs. Passive income, investments, royalties, rental income. The ultimate goal, money while you sleep. Your mission, shift as much as possible from type 1 to types 2 and 3 over these first 2 years. High income skills, your secret weapon. All right, look, I need to address something real quick, so pay attention. If you think high income is only for doctors and lawyers, think again. Skills like copywriting, sales, coding, video editing, graphic design, and digital marketing can earn you insane money without a traditional degree. Here's an easy example. My buddy Mike learned copywriting from free YouTube tutorials. Within a year, he was charging $3,000 per client. Now he writes ads while sipping espresso in Medellin. and his old boss still thinks he's on vacation. Your action blueprint. Pick a high-income skill to master. Start with something you can learn online and is in high demand. Start freelancing or moonlighting. Fiverr, Upwork, local businesses. Anywhere to get your first clients and testimonials. Reinvest earnings into skill upgrades and automation tools. Stack skills to stand out. For example, combine copywriting plus social media ads, or web design plus SEO. Analogy: building a money engine. Imagine you're building a custom race car. Your main job is the engine, but if it's weak, you won't win. By adding high-income skills, side hustles, and passive assets, you're swapping in turbochargers, lightweight parts, and NOS boosters. Pretty soon, your income machine goes from 0 to 100 faster than your coworkers can say TGIF. Here, let me give you the story of the pizza hustler. A friend of mine worked at a pizza shop. He started selling homemade hot sauces on the side, eventually making more than his day job. Within a year, he quit slinging pizzas and started shipping hot sauce globally. Now, he spends his days traveling to chili festivals around the world. Now that your money engine is roaring, it's time to learn the art of keeping that cash from disappearing faster than your New Year's resolutions. By the way, if you're someone still struggling on your journey to financial freedom, when you finish watching this video, it's a must that you go back and watch our previous videos. Subscribe to the channel and join our members list to get the full scoop. Okay, now in step 3, we'll master the ninja moves of saving and controlling your lifestyle so you can stack cash like a squirrel hoarding nuts before winter. Let's get into it. Step 3, master frugal flexing and aggressive saving. Year 3, listen up. Lifestyle inflation is sneakier than your ex sliding into your DMs after you got a promotion. That's why step 3 is all about keeping your money. Why frugal flexing beats fake flexing. Let me explain something important about money. Most people start making more money and immediately upgrade their life like they just won the lottery. New car, designer bags, that $9 matcha latte with oat milk, and good vibes only foam art. This is exactly the definition of lifestyle inflation, and it's the silent killer of early retirement dreams. Frugal flexing, on the other hand, is the art of flexing your freedom, not your things. The power of saving rate. Want to know a mind-blowing secret? Your savings rate determines how quickly you can retire more than your income does. Save 10% of your income, you'll work for decades. Save 50%. You could retire in approximately 15 years. Save 70%, you're looking at 5 years or less. It's like playing a video game on cheat mode. And once I explain this to you, you'll clearly understand. One time, I met a guy at a finance conference who saved 70% of his income by living in a converted Sprinter van. He now travels the country full-time. His total monthly expenses, $1,200. And think of your money like seeds. You can either eat them all today or plant them to grow a giant forest that feeds you forever. Practical money ninja moves. Track every dollar. Use apps like Mint or YNAB or old school spreadsheets. If you don't measure it, you can't manage it. Cut unnecessary subscriptions. Do you really need 6 streaming services and that random meditation app you opened once during a hangover? Attack high-interest debt like a shark. Debt is a guaranteed negative investment. Pay it off first. Automate savings and investments, so you don't accidentally spend it on late-night Amazon splurges. The psychological flex. True freedom is walking past a luxury store and knowing you could buy it, but choosing not to, because you value your freedom more than a new shiny toy. It's the ultimate quiet flex. You're rich on the inside and soon to be free on the outside. So you're saving like a squirrel on espresso shots. But what do you actually do with all this money? Let's talk about investments, where the real magic happens. Step 4, invest like a lunatic scientist. Year 4. All right, now it's time to take your cash army and send them out to conquer new lands. The golden rule: money sitting in a savings account is like a lion in a zoo, safe, but completely useless in the wild. Why investing is non-negotiable. If saving is the fuel for your freedom rocket, investing is the actual launch button. Keeping your money in a savings account is like locking your dog in a kennel for life. It's safe, sure, but it doesn't grow, explore, or do any cool backflips. Your arsenal of wealth weapons. First, stock market, index funds and ETFs. The boring but powerful workhorse. Historically returns approximately 7 to 10% per year. It's like a slow cooker meal. Set it, forget it, and come back to delicious gains. Second, real estate. Rental income is like passive cash confetti raining down every month. Plus, your tenants pay down your mortgage while you sip homemade iced coffee. Third, dividend stocks. Little cash bonuses for doing absolutely nothing, like getting a free dessert because you showed up. Fourth, digital assets and online businesses. These can scale fast and create semi-passive cash streams. Think online courses, niche websites, or licensing your skills. I got an example for you. My friend Alex started with $1,000 and learned to swing trade on the side. While risky and not for everyone, he eventually built a portfolio that now pays him $3,500 a month. He lives in Portugal, working part-time at a surf shop just because he loves it. Here's a golden piece of advice I want you to remember for the rest of your life. You don't have to do everything at once. Pick one vehicle and get good at it before diversifying. Watch this easy analogy. Think of investing like a buffet. You don't pile your plate with everything at once and then pass out in a corner. You start with a few items, see what you like, then go back for more. We're almost at the finish line. You've built income, you've saved, you've invested. But there's one final boss before you get your freedom badge: crafting your ultimate exit plan. Step 5, build your quit plan and execute. Year 5. Okay, you've done all the prep work. Now you need to figure out exactly how and when to pull the plug. Steps to design your exit. Calculate your runway. How long can you live on your current savings investments without working? Build an emergency fund. 6 to 12 months of expenses, so you don't panic if things get weird. Spoiler, they will. Test drive early retirement. Take a sabbatical or mini retirement to see if your numbers work in real life. Like a dress rehearsal before the big show. Automate income streams. You want money flowing in while you chill. Think of it like setting your favorite Netflix show on autoplay, except it prints you cash. Find your freedom number. Here's a simple exercise. Write down all your monthly expenses. Rent, groceries, internet, your dog's organic yak milk treats, everything. Add them up. Multiply that by 12. That's your annual living cost. Now calculate how much money you need invested to cover those expenses indefinitely. A simple rule, the 4% rule. If you can live off 4% of your investments each year, you're financially independent. Example, if you need $40,000 per year, you'd need about $1 million invested. $40,000 is 4% of $1 million. But remember, this is just a guideline. Many people retire early, with far less using creative strategies and frugal living. Once upon a time, my old colleague Ken built a consulting business on the side. Once his side income exceeded his day job income, he took a 3-month trial retirement trip to Spain. He came back and never set foot in the office again. Think of it like this: retiring early is like jumping off a cliff. Terrifying if you don't have a parachute, but if you packed your gear right, you'll glide into a soft, blissful landing. So you finally escaped? Now what? Let's talk about life after retirement, because Netflix and beach naps get old faster than you think. Life after retirement, the fun and surprising part. People think early retirement is just sipping mojitos by the beach forever. But let me tell you a secret. You'll get bored. Things to consider. Pursue passion projects. Whether it's writing a book, starting a nonprofit, or building weird furniture. Travel. Slow travel, not rushing around like a TikTok travel blogger. Spend more time with family and friends. Volunteer or mentor others on their own financial journeys. Here's an easy example. A couple I met in Thailand retired early and started a small animal rescue. Now, they wake up every day surrounded by rescued dogs, chickens, and one particularly grumpy goat named Kevin. Okay, now here's the final lesson. Retirement is not about doing nothing. It's about having the freedom to choose what you do every single day. Bottom line. Let's summarize your 5-year blueprint. 1. Embrace the escape mindset. 2. Build an income machine. 3. Master frugal flexing and save aggressively. 4. Invest like a lunatic scientist. 5. Craft and execute your quit plan. Now, does this take discipline? Yes. Will your friends call you weird? Probably. But 5 years from now, when they're still stuck in traffic at 7 a.m., you'll be sending them selfies from Bali with Kevin the goat. And if you made it this far, you already have something most people never get: the vision to imagine a different life. Remember, freedom isn't a dream, it's a decision. The question is, will you take the next step, Or will you keep hitting snooze until retirement becomes a nursing home brochure? Comment the words, "I will retire early," so I know you'll make it happen. In fact, there's actually 10 specific reasons why you're not wealthy yet, and we break it down step by step in this next video. Just click the video on the screen now and we'll see you in the next one.